Hi everyone, it's Aneta Itzchak here. Hope you are doing well. Today, I wanted to talk to you about something that I've been reflecting on a lot over the past months. I have a pleasure today of being interviewed on two different podcasts, and they are very different focus podcasts. One of them is about quitting alcohol or going alcohol-free, leaving alcohol completely. And the other one is about really simplifying your business and, building your business in a heart-centered way. And the interesting thing is that you might think, well, what the heck? They are very different podcasts, very different focus of them. But actually, I've been reflecting and journaling quite a lot around it. They are very, very connected. So, often when people hear that you are alcohol-free, they assume that you must have a problem, and that's why you do that. And actually, that's not the case with me. I stopped drinking in September because I wanted to, because I'm 50 this year. It was clear to me that I am not going to drink. When I turned 50, I am not going to drink. And I had my 49th birthday in October, and I stopped drinking in September. And, my drinking was very, very low. Like I drank a lot in 20s and 30s, a lot. I come from Poland. I grew up with a lot of alcohol. I moved to London when I was 18. I was living completely on my own, without family, without any support. And you can imagine 18-year-old in London on her own, not knowing anybody. There was a lot of going out to the nightclubs in London, a lot of partying. So, alcohol was part of that. But over the years, when I started working in social care 22 years ago, that was like 30 years ago. 22, 23 years ago, I started working in social care. And so, I had to adjust to that because I had quite a lot of responsibility. I was working in social care with a lot of people, who have experienced trauma and mental health and substance misuse and child protection stuff. So, I learned a lot about alcohol. I learned a lot about substances. And, because I was in training a lot, learning a lot, my alcohol consumption has changed. And over the years, it's lowered and lowered and lowered. And certainly after I turned 40, it really kind of reduced drastically. And I was going to, I started being alcohol-free 3 years ago, just before the pandemic. I think I had just under 90 days of being alcohol-free when the first lockdown kicked in, and and that changed everything. And I was very triggered. There was a lot of behaviors that came up for me because of my nervous system reaction that I haven't experienced in many, many years, like over 10 years, anxiety related behaviors. And so, alcohol came back into my life, but not in a huge way. Like, I'm not a big drinker. I've been practicing yoga and mindfulness for almost 30 years. I don't like alcohol is not a big part of my life. So I was maybe drinking on Friday, very occasionally on Saturday. It was this Friday thing about, at the end of the week, I can just sit down, relax on Friday night and have a drink. And I wanted to let it go. I just decided that in order for me to step up in my business, in order for me to take care more of my health, I am in perimenopause, I'm 50 now. I wanted to, and I've put on a little bit of weight, I wanted to kind of tweak it, and I wanted to become healthier, more present. and more walking my talk. And so I did. And, you know, how it relates to business and why am I talking about this is that when we approach our business in a way of who do I need to become, what qualities do I want to embody? And this, you know, I talked about this a little bit last week. The first step of embracing where am I right now? Can I really pause and reflect? This is where I am in every area of my life, in business, in relationships, in my health, you know, my commitments, like taking care of my elderly parents, maybe taking care of your children, maybe there are other commitments, you know, all of that kind of, my passion, my vision, all of that kind of stuff. So we have to embrace how we are. Only when we do that, then we know what do we need. And for me last year, it was very clear, like, in order to move from this embrace, step one, how I am, now I see how I am, what works, what doesn't work, what do I need to let go of? Then, you know, moving into the second step, which is the embody, like what qualities do I really want to embody in a conscious, mindful way? And for me, the focus was my health and very much my business. And so I made the decision that I was going to do that. I made the decision in August. The September was a little bit like, oh God, what's going on in here? The habitual behavior is there. And then, you know, I did some other stuff like alcohol-free challenge. I started in August, finished it, you know, mid-September. And I was very clear, like, you know, the links, the thoughts, the beliefs, the emotions. And I was very clear I wasn't going to drink. I just didn't want to. But it was not just I'm going to leave it. There was a very clear reason. Like, I want to be more focused with work. I want to be more productive at work. I want to have great weekends. I don't want to work all week supporting my clients, supporting other yoga teachers and coaches and wellness practitioners, and really be fully present. And then on Friday have a drink, and then on Saturday wake up not only tired from the whole week, but also quite groggy, because, you know, when you are 50 and you're in perimenopause, alcohol does not gel with the hormonal stuff and the body and the energy. It really doesn't. And so that was one of the things that I changed. I decided, right, that's it. I am going to do this. And that was one of the things that I focused on through the whole autumn. And, you know, the last part of the 2022, it was very important to me. And it was just like, that's non-negotiable. And so, you know, sometimes people see the difference really quickly. I didn't see that quickly, the difference, because my level of consumption wasn't really high. It was very low. And so it took a little bit longer. But what I saw was absolutely amazing. And this is where the business comes in. Like, my productivity went through the roof. My mood, the stability of my mood was very stable, very settled. My anxiety has gone down even more. The quality of my sleep has become great. I also lost some weight, which was amazing. It's, you know, and it was steady loss of weight. Like, I lost about 5 kilos since September, which is exactly what I wanted to lose. And so my energy, my weight, you know, my digestion is much better, my focus, and my business and the results in my business are really great. Like, having the capacity, when you think about window of tolerance in the nervous system, having the capacity to really step up, to really show up in a way that I wanted to for a long time, but there was a lot of fear, there was a lot of doubt. And so really allowing myself to do that. I mean, the other thing, if we are talking about business, the other thing that I did was I became part of, I started working with a coach and a group of other women where we are going through, when we have weekly support, and it's absolutely amazing. And seeing, being part of groups of women who are stepping up, who are stepping outside of their comfort zones, who are really kind of thinking, I'm going to do this, and this is what I want, and for the better quality of my life and my family, and for better positive social impact within the community, and doing lots of different projects and stuff like that. And it's absolutely amazing to be seeing that. And, thinking about, and this is where the second podcast comes in, how do you simplify your business? Because so many of us just do all this stuff, like being so busy. I'm so busy, I'm doing all this stuff, and I hardly get any results. And so it's really important to take a step back on a regular basis and review what's working, what's not working. We are coming to the end of the month. What's worked, what hasn't worked, what do I need to do more of or want to do more of, what do I need to let go of, how can I simplify my business? And rather than having loads of different offers that we have to promote, that we have to get people on, how can I simplify it, that I'm doing the things that I absolutely love, that make the biggest impact, and that take care of my students and my clients and their needs, and take care of me as well. And so those two things come really together: who we are, or who you are, and the little habits, all the little habits, decisions, and choices that you make. And that goes also, it's like if we go into the nervous system, it's like your window of tolerance will widen because you are stepping out of your comfort zone, you're growing as a person. And then the business stuff, the results you're seeing in your business, the positive feedback that you are getting, and they really come together, like they're not separate. Because one of the most important things that I have learned, and I hear that again and again from so many different people, is that it really is, the journey of growing and developing your business is a personal development business. And you might say, no, that's not true, because there is lots of people out there who are successful in business. But what I'm seeing and I'm hearing from others is that, when it's imbalanced, like, for example, you might be great at business, but your relationships struggle really badly, or your health struggles really badly. When it's out of balance like this, it's not sustainable. Sooner or later, we pay the price for it, whether we pay it with our health or whether we pay it with our relationships. So those things, we don't want to sacrifice our relationships or our physical or mental health in order to be successful and earn a lot of money in business. And I know that many of us don't want that. We are heart-centered practitioners who want to support others. This is why we became coaches, yoga teachers, wellness practitioners. But we also don't want to do it in the other way. What we want to is to have those really great relationships, have good health, and also in a way that really supports our business, that we, this is the conversation I have so often with people that I mentor, other practitioners that I mentor. It's like, we want to earn good money, but we've got such a strange awkward, uneasy relationship with money. And part of it is changing it and really understanding that money is one of the best resources that we have on this planet to create social change, to run different projects, to make that positive impact within our communities and for our clients. And there are so many different ways that you can do that, because not everybody is struggling with money. There are people that are earning good money that can pay for your service. And when you are in a position where your business is working really well in that way, you can then offer different projects that are open to people who are maybe struggling financially, that are in a different position. But to assume that everybody is struggling with money, that nobody can pay for your business, it's out of balance. Because if you think about all the different trainings that you've done, all the different governing bodies that you're paying to, all the insurance, you want those trainings to really help you create the business that is really good, that is really sustainable, that brings a lot of abundance. So then you can create different projects. And I think that's where it becomes balanced. That's where it becomes something more than just us, doing amazing work, but ourselves being in this anxious survival state where we are worried about how the hell we're going to pay our mortgage or our bills, or for our children, or for our parents, or whether we are even able to take holiday. So many practitioners I speak to, they haven't been on holiday. Yes, there was a pandemic, but they haven't been on holiday even from before, for more than maybe a weekend or long weekend here and there. So we really want to start working in a different way, in a way that is sustainable and long-term. And it starts with us, with the little habits that we develop, with thinking about, this is what I want to be working with. This is what makes difference. This is who I want to be, or who I need to be to achieve those goals, to really support my community and myself in a certain kind of way. So I hope you find it useful. I'd love to hear what you think about this. These are just some thoughts that I've been reflecting on, thinking from the perspective, what do we need to let go of? Who do we need? Where are we? And what do we need? And who do we need to become in order to move forward in a way that we want to, towards the vision that we want to? I mean, ultimately, when we are planning our quarters, our months, our weeks, our years, when we plan our business, and I really do hope that you plan, that you spend time planning, we want it all to align with this longer term vision of the impact that we want to create in our lives and who we want to become. And that's what needs to guide us long term. And along the way, we bring the habits, we embody certain qualities, we do our own inner work in order to move forward. So I hope that makes sense. Have a really lovely week, and I wish you all the best, and take care for now.